Welcome, everybody. It's our pleasure to introduce our digital transformation framework. It's how to digitize your business. Champions are the project team members, mentors, and the organizers of the hackathon. The agenda starts with the business need. It's why digital transformation and why now. Necessity is the mother of invention. Yes, indeed. COVID-19 pandemic brings immeasurable stress to individuals and businesses around the world. Individuals are trying to figure out how to keep their families safe while attempting to work remotely. Businesses are trying to stay afloat in the short term without sacrificing their long-term goals of growth and profitability. So it's no longer an option now to grow up your business and use more innovation. Bottom line, digital transformation is a foundational change in how an organization delivers value to its customers. Our proposed digital transformation framework starts with digital transformation lifecycle, which starts with the assessment part. It's assessing our organization status, benchmark with our competitors, and defining gaps. These gaps to be delivered to the strategic planning expertise to define vision, objectives, and KPIs. And then comes the initiatives role. It's to implement these strategic objectives. And to feel the change, we use benefit realization management process to define the benefits and feel the benefits and use lessons learned registry to implement the cycle again and again for more improvements. And to be able to deliver effective project digital transformation life cycle, we need digital transformation enablers that will for sure sustain the digital transformation process and keep alignment for all stakeholders with the key effective role of BMO. Also, leaders need to understand the case for change, so leadership and ownership is key success factors for digital transformation. And that all comes while adopting the professional change management approach that without people side of change, nothing moves. And movement means processes for strong governance. And for sure, we need technology and infrastructure for completing the digital transformation life cycle. Now, let's start our journey with Raji, telling us about the assessment process and outcomes.
Thank you, Esme. As we go through the assessment part of this presentation, we find that one of the things holding industries back from the broader progress for digital transformation is the lack of a clear industry-oriented roadmap. Using a model like this from Deloitte will empower businesses through every step of the transformation journey. It enables leaders to overcome many challenges. Based on our research, we identified the key challenges that keep organizations away from realizing the impact of the digital transformation. We've shown 4 of them here. When we talk about dimensions, we have to think of a multitude of arenas. Here are a few that Deloitte mentions in their infographics. From the BDO infographics here, questions like the following can be used for benchmarking. What's your status? Current digital transformation may have a developed strategy, but not implemented yet. Currently developing strategy, implementing, so on, so forth. We have also developed a digital transformation readiness scale from the basic level where the organization is not technology oriented to the highest level, innovation, where digital technology is a revenue stream. We should also be talking about gap analysis. Here are a few more thoughts from Deloitte that we can use to do the same. I will now turn it over to Alauddin to talk about the digital transformation strategy. Take it away, Ale.
Thank you, Raji. Now, after we finish the assessment phase, define the digital gaps, and benchmark with our industry digital leaders, it's time to formulate the digital strategy plan. Starting with define the digital transformation vision on the top of the digital transformation pyramid. Our digital transformation strategy planning approach starts with the most essential phase in digital transformation strategy planning, which is the alignment with business strategy, so ultimately everyone in the organization takes the ownership and pulls in the same direction. Next phase is defining digital transformation vision. Break the vision into smart objective, then link the objective with key performance indicator to measure the progress, and last but not least, develop an implementation roadmap including estimated budget and resources to achieve the strategy. So, how we can measure digital transformation strategy performance? Gartner suggests three main categories. One, address the technology and process, enterprise speed and agility. Two, address customer experience, customer centricity. And three, address the digital competency within the organization, which is workforce transformation. And now Tayo will take us through digital transformation initiative roadmap.
Thank you, Allah. Digital transformation initiatives are driven by three main pillars: people, process, and technology. People are your top priority: customers, employees, and stakeholders. With your employees, you want to ensure that you have items like a digital competency plan and a training program in place. Once your people plans are clear, you want to review the tools that they have. In this case, technology. You would need to do a review establishing the as is and the to be state. Do you need cloud computing or the Internet of Things? Whatever the technology, you have to have a plan to get it in place. And then last, but by no means the least, your processes. It is imperative that a solid change strategy is designed and followed. This will be a major initiative. Who better to deliver it than your PMO? In the last 5 years or so, there have been some very noticeable trends in digital technology. We have chosen 5 areas that we believe organizations should consider when putting together a portfolio of initiatives: big data, cloud computing, the Internet of Things, additive manufacturing, and artificial intelligence. So for instance, with big data, areas such as customer experience and vital insights to leadership will be key. Artificial intelligence will be an enabler for customer experience and the workforce. So I'm now going to hand you over to Saliha Ismail, who will talk to you about digital transformation enablers. Thank you.
Thank you, Teo. For digital transformation to succeed, governance as enabler is another component that is critical to be in place. And that governance is the PMO, who has the skills and competencies as a facilitator to support the transition, the leaders who will take the ownership of the transformation, people with change management strategy, knowledge and competencies, the right business processes to automate, technology and IT infrastructure requirements. This is where the PMO can add value to the organization by minimizing complexities to create the right conditions to innovate, empower and create nurturing culture to the staff to be self-sufficient. The PMO should use the data and the automation to improve efficiency and provide insights to the decision makers. To do that, key objectives, medium and long-term KPIs, using the right processes, tools and techniques to deploy the digital transformation and to measure performance are key to achieve the transformation. And knowing the right technology as foundation, as infrastructure to bridge the current to the desired state that will promote smarter delivery. And over to Abdullah to speak about benefit realization.
Thanks, Saliha. Now, in order to sell this framework and empower BMOs for the right way of digital transformation for the organizations over the globe, so instead of start talking about sophisticated technologies, functions, and the services that need to be performed, it is better to speak same language as BMO stakeholders in the organizations who focus mainly on benefits and the results that interest them. To do so, we will use benefit realization management process to identify, plan, manage, and evaluate the intended benefits of organizations' investments in digital transformation. Benefits realization management is an iterative process that contains 3 stages: principles, process, and maturity assessment. The objectives of principles stage is to accurately define, continually validate the benefits with focusing on 5 principles which work as kind of a checklist while defining the digital transformation intended benefits of each organization. Second stage is process, which include 4 steps: understand, plan, manage and report, and finally evaluate. Last stage is maturity assessment, which its objective is the continual assessment of benefit management capability. We believe it is necessary to start working with establishing the potential 8 intended benefits of digital transformation for organizations. Then, benefits realization management process can be applied starting from those benefits, considering diversity of organization structures over the globe, where flexibility is the key in generating value and satisfying the BMO stakeholders' needs. Now I am going to review with Asma for final recommendations and conclusions.
Thank you, Abdullah. And to conclude our presentation, we need to say that there is no one size fits all, and there is no cooking recipe for digital transformation. But we intend to give you the key ingredients to succeed. Moving to our recommendations, first, we need to adopt an agile project management approach with quick wins to motivate teams to continue the digital transformation journey. And don't forget your customer during working on implementing new technologies and systems, and start with customers' desires, and you may create customer needs also. At the last recommendation here is to grow your business ecosystem with co-requisition mindset. And this is when you work cooperatively and competitively to support the continuity and success of digital transformation. Thank you. And here you can find further readings for our presentation.